Hey everyone, this is Austin. Welcome back to another review of Danmachi, and I'm going to have to say straight out before we get into the review tomorrow, the Cast Online review is not going to happen. There's a currently emergency that's going to be happening tomorrow, so yeah, I won't be able to do a video tomorrow, so yeah, just wanted to tell you that before we get into the review. But anyway, so this is episode 6 of Danmachi Season 2, and I had to obviously not put certain characters in the beginning because I want to avoid YouTube getting upset with me, because it has been recently for some reason. Share my videos, please. It'll help a lot. But anyway, so in the beginning, we see a unknown Amazon girl, and she tells the girls to kind of find customers and pleasure them in a sense. And we kind of get that little big opening to set the stage for what's going to happen in the next arc, and kind of sets the setting for what the episode's going to be based around and where it's going to be. And I thought it was good. But we have Miko heading to bed early so she can sneak out, and she thought she was really, really slick. And this all comes from the last episode, and that's why I put that first one there, and I still think that's one of the most beautiful things I've seen in a little while, especially the art in this actual episode was really well done. I can't believe how well it was. But there was a couple of things that, could be a little touch up. But anyway, so we see, Belle, Welf, and Lily waiting for her to kind of go because they noticed something was up with her, and that shows their kind of relationship, that they're very close. And right here is what I was talking about, the little mishap with Lily. Poor Lily. You leave her being head alone. She's adorable. Why, JC Steph? What did you do here? But continuing on, they're going to tell her to figure out like what's going on, and we kind of see a little transition to them going to this place that they don't know about, while Lily does know, Belle doesn't. And we see Miko meeting up with kind of like Chisuke, or Chikasa. I'm going to call her Chi because it's easier for me to say and I don't insult everyone in the fandom. And they both kind of head to this, as I said, to this nice little district, red light district I'm going to call it, even though you know what that is. If you don't, I don't need to explain that to you in terms that will get me in trouble. But yeah, continuing on, we see them heading into the city of a good old place, and Lily's reaction was 1,000 out of 10 when they realized where they were. And oh, can we just stop for a moment, just appreciate the great facial reactions in this episode. I mean, we have Belle like, whoa, first I've seen something. Well, oh god, why are we here? Lily, really, really, we're here. We're all here. I saw the preview on Twitter. I couldn't stop laughing. It took a little while for me to calm down to do this review. So we see Miko and Chi heading kind of to this place, and they're very out of place. Honestly, it's kind of hilarious. And we see Welf actually has been here before, but it was with a coworker, and he wasn't really for him. And we see poor Belle covered in kisses. And of course, a girl calls out to Belle, and Lily snaps at her. Well, Lily all rush to Miko and Chi to help them, and they leave Belle behind. And it was just kind of funny, like they were so focused on saving them, they forgot about Belle. And we see Chi told Miko about a friend from their homeland that is a childhood friend that's supposed to was born of nobility, is apparently working in this area. And we kind of see that Welf and Lily want to leave and kind of help them out with this whole thing. Welf notices that Belle's gone, like he should have, and we see Belle is lost, and every girl is keeping their eye on Belle because Belle is such a very rare treat, even for goddesses, if you haven't picked up yet, and gods. And we see a weird fox girl, catching eye contact with Belle, then she vanishes. And a fox-type animal person is called Renard, and if you watch the end of the episode, you kind of pick that up. And we see Hermes finding Belle. Hermes teases Belle once again, and Hermes tells Belle not to let anyone know he was there. And Hermes gives Belle a wonderful treat, to say the least. And we see Hermes kind of just run off and vanish, and Belle runs into a girl, Aisha, and this is where everything goes wrong. This is how his life gets turned upside down. Yes, you get the reference. I hope you do. But nonetheless, Aisha, latches on to good old Belle, and basically Belle's caught. That was the spider. He was in the web. He's done. He's done for, man. It's all game over. The poor purity of Belle. I'm kidding. But anyways, Belle can't get her off of him, and we see Aisha's girls notice that Belle is the little rookie from the game, and we see that the game just hasn't been forgotten. Like certain animes like to do about certain events, they keep consistent with it, which I love. and we see that basically everyone starts talking. We hear about the other record holder nickname that he has, the fastest person that he ranked up the fastest, obviously. And we see the girls start to fight over Belle, and Belle just says, "Oh, I'm looking for one of my members of my Familia." And this right here, please take this format and make memes, and tag me on Twitter if you want to, or if my Discord. Yeah, at me on there. I want to see the memes with this. This is so memeable. I love it. But yeah, one of the girls pulls what Hermes got, and Hermes once again gets Belle into trouble, and she doesn't buy it. And I just thought it was hilarious. And the girls bring Belle home, and we finally meet the unknown girl that we saw in the beginning, which is, I'm gonna butcher her name, Ishtar, or Ishta. Ishtar I'm going with, but she actually just goes away because she has no interest in Belle, and there's a guest that she's supposed to meet, and Belle realizes that he is in the area or the house of the Familia, of her Familia, and she's supposedly the strongest Familia in the country, and we see that girls are fighting over Belle again, and it's really interesting to see this whole power struggle of the world finally kind of building out in the world. And we see that the girls got Belle to sit down and wait for their turns. Obviously, I don't have to imply more than that, but the girls tell Belle that how Amazons work, and this is actually, I like the lore. I'm not gonna lie. This is the one thing, I'm a very big geek for this kind of stuff, especially, this is why I enjoyed The Witcher 3. It has a lot of stuff about, monsters and how certain things work, and this is one of those things that I love. So they kidnap men and have their way with them, and that's kind of how, Amazons are made. And we see Belle is in real trouble now, and he can't get his way out of this one now, can he? And we see Ryan, I'm going to call her, not Frying, because it really reminds me of it looks like it's a toad, honestly. That's what I called it before one of the girls did, and she's the commander of the Familia, and we kind of see now, how we had Belle called the commander of the Hestia Familia. We now see other commanders, and we're slowly starting to see the whole, as I said before, the power struggle and how everything works in the world building. I just really enjoy it, but nonetheless, Toad over here wants a taste of Belle, and apparently one of the girls said, "No, you can't have a taste of him, because the last time you had a taste of guys, you always break them." And I'm just like, well. And this is where Belle realizes, at this moment, Belle realized he's done for. And we see one of the girls call her a toad, and I'm just like, thank you for pointing out the obvious that I thought was quite obvious. And we see that Ryan's kind of full of herself, and obviously, she's the commander of the Ishtar family. As I said, I'm not going to pronounce it as much as possible because I don't feel comfortable, and I know I probably am butchering the name, but we see that Belle just takes this opportunity when the girls are fighting to sneak away, and yeah, he's discovered, and basically this face right here, this is the face of, I'm in trouble and I need to get out of here. And the new game, to whoever gets Belle first wins to have their way with him, and we see this whole thing, just the whole Familia starts to go after him, and they have a reward for him obviously now, and Belle finds himself at a very Japanese building, and he goes in the building and hides, and he opens the door to find the fox girl that we saw before, and her name is Hurihin. I'm going to call her Haru because it's shortened for me and it's easier for me to tell you guys, and basically that's the key. But Haru, or Hurihin, is trying to seem very mature, but is struggling to kind of keep the front up, and I think it's adorable, honestly, and she's very proper. And obviously we all know what she is, and I don't have to express what she is because we know what district we're in, and YouTube isn't very friendly with certain words, so do know what I'm trying to say. And I'm trying to make a joke of it as much as possible, but we see that after she kind of passes out, Belle apologizes to Hurihin and basically explains why he is there. Hurihin, or Huru, tells Belle it's tough for, a first-timer to get at the place, and she's going to actually help him, but in exchange she has to talk to him until he has to go. Belle tells why he came to the country, and we kind of see a different perspective. Hurihin came from the same place as Miko, and she actually was disowned by her family when she was 11, and this is where I did the math. She's 7 years, 11 plus 7, she's 19. go ahead, go ham, guys. You know what I mean. But we see that she angered her father and was sold off to the Ishtar family, and this is kind of where it all began. Why she's here, and she talks to Belle about all these hero stories, and she is in love with the tales about heroes. And we see now the whole purpose of Hermes. Hermes actually was supposed to meet with Ishtar, and Ishtar is actually after another goddess, which is Freya, obviously, if you haven't picked up. And Ishtar basically uses her body to get information out of Hermes. But anyways, continuing back to Hodoheen, wants to kind of now talk about what her dream is. She wants to be taken by the hand by a hero, led into the adventures that she read about, and Haru doesn't think she'll ever get to experience that, and Belle kind of tries to convince her, and this is where we're hit with a cold, hard reality of she realizes what she is. She is a call girl, or you know what I mean, and she doesn't think she deserves to have that kind of fate. She doesn't think highly of herself, and it just kind of brings us back to the cold reality. And we see that Haru leads Belle out, and as I said, just that ending, we had a really hilarious beginning, and it just brought us back to, hey, we're back into the seriousness of what's going on, and I think it was well done. And now we get Hermes crying because Ishtar got, information out of him, and I just love that he was crying and she was taking a smoke. Obviously, if you don't know what that is, I'll explain it to you. It's the one whoever smokes then is the dominant one. There you go, there's your free lesson from Austin-Sensei. But anyways, we see that she's going to go after Belle now, and it's all just to get at Freya, to be the strongest goddess, basically. That's what's going on in this arc, and so far it's interesting. It has me hooked. I really love Hodoheen, and I think she's adorable. And it's just, I like that we got a cold reality right after to ground us. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Share this video. Like it, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on Monday on the Arufuru review. But anyways, this is Austin, and I'm signing out. Peace.